Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome everyone, whoever's joining us here today for this amazing masterclass, which is brought to you by Santa Clara University. I can see quite a few of you in the audience who have started trickling in. Thank you so much for joining us. So very quickly to all of you in the audience box, if you could let us know in the chat window which city or which country you're dialing in from, it would really help us understand where all our participants are coming from today, where exactly are you located. So very quickly in the chat window, if all of you could just quickly let us know which city or which country you're dialing in from. I see we've crossed 50 plus students. Welcome once again. So we have Pratham, who's from Surat. Thank you so much, Pratham, for joining us. Whoever else in the chat window, please tell us which city are you dialing in from. We have someone from Pune, someone from Accra, Sangli, Delhi, Surat. Wow. Anyone who's joining us in today from outside of India, from any other country, let us know in the comments section. We have Arjun from Kerala. We have people from Delhi who are coming in. Thank you so much. And it's a beautiful evening in India and afternoon, I'm sure. And for those of us who are coming in from the African regions, Harshmita from Bhubaneswar. We have people from Bihar. Please keep your comments going in the chat window. Let us know which city or country you are dialing in from. As I was saying, we have a very, very exciting and insightful masterclass brought to you today by Santa Clara University. And the topic is something which is a little bit of a hot topic these days: responsible AI governance, policies and practices for ethical AI. And of course, that brings us to the $1,000,000 question, which is on everyone's mind. Is AI going to take over my job? How am I going to use AI in an ethical manner? So today we are going to be delving into the world of artificial intelligence and its impact on all our lives, each of you, whether you're a student, whether you're someone who's working, whether you're someone who's contemplating about what to do in life, AI is affecting us in a big way. So specifically, we'll be exploring responsible AI. What I mean by this is, why is it important and how it affects our everyday use, our search engines, etc. And also, we will get to learn a lot more about fairness, bias, how we can make AIs better for everyone. So I can see we have 100 plus students who have joined into the session today. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining in. I am going to quickly take this opportunity before we get started to do a quick round of introduction for the lovely panel that we have with us here today. Let me begin by introducing myself. My name is Sabahat Herzog. I'm the Senior Client Manager and Student Success Manager at Seed Global Education. We are a UK headquartered company which facilitates interactions between potential or prospective students like yourself and international universities like the one that we have with us here today, and helps you make the right career choices, helps you make the right decision about which university you want to go to. Joining us today all the way from sunny California, which I am sure is not so sunny at the moment. I think there's a little bit of a cold situation there, but nonetheless, the people are very friendly and sunny, as you can see from the smiles on their faces at almost 7 a.m. PST. So thank you so much for joining us, both of you. We have Dr. Fang, who holds the position of Associate Professor and the Director of Responsible AI at Santa Clara University. His expertise lies in information retrieval, natural language processing, and machine learning. And he has created several new courses in these areas at both the undergraduate and graduate level. Along with him is Stacy Tinker, the Assistant Dean of Enrollment Management and Student Affairs at Santa Clara University's Graduate Engineering Program. So thank you so much, Dr. Fang and Stacy, for joining us today. We are close to 120, 130 of us in the chat, in the presentation right now. With that, I know you are all very, very excited to get started. I would now request Dr. Fang to please get started with his presentation and let us understand a lot more about AI and its impact.
Thank you, everyone. Can you?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. It's my great pleasure today to give a lecture on responsible AI and also delve into the practice and how we can apply responsible AI principles to search engines, for example. Let me quickly share my screen. So everyone can see my screen now? Okay, great. Yeah, so as Seba had introduced, I'm currently associate professor in computer science engineering department. Also hold a position of director of responsible AI in School of Engineering. Yeah, let's start with the progress of AI. So as you know, AI is really making a very rapid progress. The field of AI started in 1947 in Turing lecture. Um, and it really took off in the past 10 years because of the new machine learning paradigm called deep learning. So you might be wondering what's the difference between, say, machine learning, deep learning, and AI. So in general, AI is a big field, and machine learning is a subset of AI by taking data-driven approach to make intelligent machine. And deep learning is a subset of machine learning, which takes a very specific model architecture of machine learning. So the major driving factors to the success of deep learning is, first of all, now we have huge amount of data that we can train our models on. Secondly, there's a much better computational resources like GPUs that can help us to train very complex or very sophisticated models. So the data plus computing infrastructure really contributes to the success of those deep learning models. And especially the invent of ChatGPT, I think in 2022, that really makes this AI enter the public eyes. I'm sure many of you have used ChatGPT before. So in the past 2 years, the progress is accelerated, and a lot of like different large language models have been proposed. There have been more and more progress have been made. So we can envision that more progress is coming up. So actually now I have a question for you. I hope you can give me a sense or your prediction on whether AI will achieve human level intelligence within the next 10 years. So yeah, just take probably 1 minute to answer this question. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to get a sense of like what's your prediction for the future. I hope everyone can see this poll. Okay, all right. Now we got a result. 49 participants believe yes. Okay. That's very optimistic. And 25 of you says no. 25% of you says no, and 26% of you say maybe. Okay. Okay, that's good. So actually, so I think last week during the interview, the CEO of NVIDIA, Jason Huang, and also CEO of OpenAI, uh, Ottoman, they both said they believe the artificial general intelligence will be achieved within the next 5 years. So they are even more optimistic than many of us. And because of the rapid progress of AI, so there's a lot of ethical questions we need to answer, right? When machines can do a lot of work that traditionally done by humans. Okay, so that will make this responsible AI area even more important. Okay. Um, so a lot of progress in AI, but the trust issues remains. If you look at the news headlines, so you'll see that there are complaints about um, the AI violates privacy, or AI generates racist content, or propagates misinformation, and AI pose safety risks to users. So all kinds of issues emerges. Some of them are new challenges. So we want AI, first of all, benefit all the people, increase productivity, at the same time, be trustworthy. Okay, so that's kind of overall goal of responsible AI. Okay? It tries to ensure that the AI systems are developed and operated in the service of good for individuals and society, while still achieving transformative business impact. So we want AI to do social goods for our people. Okay? Um, so I would like to share this quote with you from Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google. So he once said, "There's no question in my mind that artificial intelligence needs to be regulated. It is not. It is too important not to. The only question is how to approach it." So people realize this is an important issue, but the rapid progress of AI brings a lot of new challenges. So we don't have a quite good idea how to really do it well. It brings up a lot of new opportunities. Uh, so I would like to introduce some key principles behind responsible AI. So there are five key ingredients: fairness, interpretability, safety, privacy, and truthfulness. So I will quickly go over all of them. So first of all, fairness, which tries to deal with the bias of AI models. Okay. The principle here is the AI systems should not discriminate against certain group of people like minorities. And when AI has been used more and more in our society across different applications, so we want to make sure that it doesn't discriminate against people like some human did. So for example, when we use AI to screen resumes to rank job candidates, and when we use AI to approve or reject mortgage application, or when we allocate public resources, we want AI to be fair and make fair decisions, so not be biased against certain group of people. But the current AI models are lacking in this aspect. So here is a study showing that so the AI models actually produce different accuracies for different race ethnicity groups. So in general, the AI model produced the best result for lighter male, right? And it produced the worst result for darker female. Okay? it favors male versus female, favors lighter skins versus darker skin. So a lot of these bias came from the training data, because AI nowadays takes this data-driven approach to train the model, but the data reflects society biased. Right? So if the model is trained on biased data, the result will likely be biased. So that's the key challenge. So how we can correct the bias in our training data. So the second challenge is model interpretability or transparency. Okay. So when AI help human make decisions, uh, even the decision is correct, we want to understand why they make such decision. Okay. For example, when AI reject your application for mortgage or diagnose a patient with cancer, the user wants to know why the AI makes such a decision. Okay. So the problem here is, again, so the AI nowadays is based on machine learning, and the machine learning is like a black box, especially deep learning models. It's very hard to understand why deep learning model produce such result based on the input, because internally, deep learning is a just very complex neural network architectures with many layers. It makes decision in a different way from how our human brain works. So how we can understand the mechanism of reasoning of deep learning and produce more interpretable result to the end users. So that's another big challenge. The third principle is safety. So we want to achieve reliable and safe AI systems, okay, to make sure that AI systems behave as intended, regardless of how attackers try to interfere. So this is especially important for robotics, and for example, for self-driving cars. So we really want them to be safe. Right? Otherwise, it may lead to injury or even death of people. So the challenge here is, unlike general computer systems, AI systems are not deterministic. So which means given the same input, the AI system may produce a different result. Right? So you might have experience with ChatGPT that even given the same prompt, it could produce a different result. Right? So it's actually very hard to test the current AI systems. So the general like software engineering testing principles cannot be directly applied here, because the traditional systems produce deterministic output. So here, the AI systems output are probabilistic. So that brings new challenges. So the fourth principle is privacy. Again, because AI systems are trained on lots of data. So some of data might be personal data or could be contain some sensitive information. So we want to make sure our AI systems to prioritize and safeguard consumers' privacy, and make sure that their personal data and sensitive information be protected. Okay. So again, so here we have these challenges caused by this data-driven machine learning approach. So here is a recent privacy attack from OpenAI, Google, Stanford, Apple, and Harvard. So it shows that we can actually extract training data from large language models. Okay, so which means the data that people use to train the model can be exposed to the public. So you know that when you use ChatGPT, so your data or your prompt could be part of their training data, right? And if they can reverse engineer the training data, so if you put some sensitive information on ChatGPT, so those information might get compromised. Okay. So it's very important to preserve the data privacy. But again, there's a lot of like new challenges here. So the last principle is truthfulness. So we want to make sure that the AI produce truthful content. Okay. So when AI generates nowadays generate lots of content on the web, it could be manipulated by malicious parties. For example, this deep fake technology can produce very authentic like look images. Okay. So this year is the election year in many countries. So so we'll expect to see that a lot of misinformation and fake news gonna be produced and propagated by AI. So that's another big challenge. So because AI makes produce of this misinformation so cheap, right? So we with a one system that can tell personalize to millions of people. So how we can make sure that AI produce truthful content, that's another big challenge. So the regulators has recently came in to try to regularize AI in different aspects. So this GDPR and tries from European Union that tries to protect the data privacy and also make sure that the AI systems is fair and transparent and be interpretable. So I expect there are more and more such legislation will be coming up in the near future. And because of the importance of this ethical AI, so in the future, so we can envision that this responsible AI will be at the core and center component of an AI system. So from the data input, from the model development, model training to model deployment. So the responsible AI should guide all the different components of an AI system. So here is a architecture that proposed by financial companies, say how they envision the center component of responsible AI in the future AI systems. Okay, so that's kind of very brief introduction to responsible AI and their major principles. So now I want to just get another poll to get a sense about a specific application of responsible AI to search engines. Okay. So can you just take 1 minute to tell me whether you think search engines always provide fair and unbiased search result based on your own experience? Okay, so time is up. Let's see. Okay, so we got 28 participants saying yes, always provide a fair result. And majority says no, 72% says no. Uh, okay, that's good to know. So now I want to delve into these fairness issues in search engines. Okay. So actually, based on my experience and my research, uh, I think search engines do not always produce a fair result. I'm gonna show you some examples. So the traditional search engines tries to provide the maximum relevance of search um, result to users. However, this fairness issues increasingly arise for both content provider and content consumers. So there are two different types of harms search engines can cause. So one is called distributional harms, which happens when someone is denied a source or benefit. For example, the users may deny the quality information, or the content provider may be denied the good search position. As we know that search engine ranked result, and most users only click on the very top result. So the search positions are very valuable resources. Or some job candidates deny job opportunities because of a lack of visibility in ranked result or denial alone. Okay. So here's an kind of the biased result showing from image search at Google a few years ago. When you search for a CEO, as you can see, most of the results are Caucasian, and actually all of the results are male, looks like male. So it may deny the like job opportunities for the minorities if this used as a like job search engines. Okay. And also from the user perspective, the web search performance can be biased across different demographic groups. Okay. So some studies show that search engines are more effective for actually older people. Okay. Sometimes this is because of the older people and young people, they have different search intent. Right? Some young people may issue more complex or complicated queries. And we want to make sure that the search engine provide equal level of satisfaction across different searcher groups. And another harm is called a representational harm. It happens when search engines reinforce bias and stereotypes. So here's an actually very recent example that I tried at Google. So when you search for for women should, and the query, the Google suggests put those query suggestions, as you can see, highlighted in red here, that sometimes they produce this kind of stereotypical query suggestions. And in various domains, this fairness is an important issue in job search, in product search. We want e-commerce websites to show a diverse result, not always show the popular products. And in new search, you want to search engines to show different viewpoints. In scholar search, we want the search engine to show like result from different groups, regardless of how big of the groups. So, but if you look at today's search engines, actually there's a lot of bias that can emerge at different stage of the search pipeline. Okay. So I don't have time to explain all the different biases, but it's actually quite pervasive that biases emerges at different stages of a search life cycle. And Google has a responsible fairness practice. And so if you are interested in the detail, you can check it. So a lot of those biases because caused by the data. Again, we are taking this data-driven approach to train our ranking models. If the data is biased, the result will likely be biased. So there are different ways to help us to mitigate bias in search engines. Three major categories of approaches. So one is called pre-processing and in-processing and post-processing. Okay. So in pre-processing approach, so we'll try to modify our training data or remove the bias in the training data. And in process approach, we'll modify our training process or the loss function in the training model. Okay. In post-processing, so we'll try to just modify the ranking of the result produced by the model and to satisfy the fairness constraint. So let me just like quickly explain each different approaches here. So in pre-processing approach, as we discussed, nowadays is based on deep learning or data-driven approach, but in the research community, we usually assume the data is fixed. Okay, but in practice, a lot of times is that we can actually modify our data, or we can collect more data, or collect better training data. Okay, but we need to be careful here, because sometimes more data may not always help. Okay, for example, if your training, if your data sampling techniques are biased, okay, it may result a biased samples, or there might be some fundamental problem in the data qualities. And the pre-processing approaches, again, aims to mitigate biases in the training data. So there are two general approaches. So one is to address the representation issues, okay, by oversampling from minority groups. Because a lot of times we have like very little training data for minority group. So one way to deal with this, we oversample the minority groups, okay, so that our training data is more balanced. Okay. So another approach is to do this data augmentation, okay, to generate some synthesized data for minority groups. Okay, for example, in our training data, we might have a lot of sentences saying he is a doctor. Okay? So we can synthesize the data to generate this augmented data saying she is a doctor. Okay, in this way we can balance our data training data. The third way is to collect more data for group with highest error rates, because if we don't have sufficient training data for that minority group, the result is going to be bad. So the in-process methods will change the loss function in our machine learning models. Okay. So one approach is to formalize as a constraint optimization problem. Okay. So we have our original loss function, and then we add this constraint so that the fairness policies are satisfied. Okay. So the second approach is to incorporate a fairness term into our loss function. Okay. So that we not only minimize the traditional loss, we also minimize this fairness term. Okay. So the post-processing methods just re-rank the result, okay, to satisfy the fairness constraint. This is actually the most popular methods in the real world, because this method will not affect the existing machine learning pipeline, because it just have this extra step at the end to reorder the result. It's easier to incorporate into the existing machine learning infrastructure. It actually can also complement to the other methods that we use to reduce the bias in AI systems. So if you are interested in the details, you can check my tutorial at ACM CIKM conference. I'm also co-author a very comprehensive survey on this topic. And there's some other workshops and conferences that dedicate to this topic. Okay, so for the rest of time, I'll just run quickly talk about my research group. I have 7 PhD students, 6 masters, and 4 undergraduates. So we welcome new members. So we collaborate with the local tech companies in Silicon Valley, including Google, Meta, Microsoft, Yahoo, Walmart, GE Research, and many other companies. So our work has been supported by both federal agencies and companies like Google, Yahoo, and also the nonprofit foundation. So here is a list of my recent project related to responsible AI. As you can see, it's very diverse across different domains, from computer science to mechanical engineering to energy domains. So our School of Engineering actually creating a new responsible AI program with more than 25 affiliated faculty members across different engineering departments and schools. We are also creating new education programs, including new minor and graduate certificate in responsible AI. And we are building partnership with industry, federal agencies, and foundation. So as you know, we are at the heart of Silicon Valley. We are leveraging our location and wants to work closely with the tech companies in local. And we actively engage students in conducting cutting-edge research projects. Okay. I think I'm running out of time. Yeah, in summary, so responsible AI is a very important and emerging area, as AI is widely used in the society. And I talk about the 5 key principles. And I believe SEU is well positioned to tackle the important AI challenges. Okay. I'll stop here and feel free, let me know if any questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Fang. That was very, very insightful. I can already see the Q&A box blowing up with questions, but I would request all of you to please hold on to your seats, so to speak, because I am going to be bringing in Stacy very shortly. Dr. Fang, if you could stop sharing your screen, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, I'm going to be bringing on Stacy in a bit, but before that, to all 180 plus of you sitting in this room, the last poll question for this evening, I'm going to launch this poll question very, very quickly, which is on the screen in front of you. If all of you in the audience window can go and have a look, which of the following programs are you keen to pursue? Are you looking at MS in aerospace engineering? Are you someone who's looking at MS in applied mathematics or MS in bioengineering, MS in civil, environmental, and sustainability engineering? Are you someone who's more inclined towards an MS in computer science and engineering, or someone looking for MS in electrical and computer engineering, MS in engineering management and leadership, mechanical engineering, MS power systems and sustainability engineering, MS robotics and automation? So the options are all out there on your screen. If you could very quickly go and cast your votes and let us know which of the following programs are you really keen to pursue. And then I have a surprise for you, because Stacy is going to come up and tell us that yes, they do have all of these programs right in sunny old California. So yeah, before I bring Stacy on, if you could all just go ahead and cast your votes. I'm going to keep the poll running for a little bit longer. For all those of you who are still to vote, very quickly on the screen in front of you, which of the following programs are you keen to pursue? There is a list which is available, and I am going to now end the poll question and share the results with everyone. So yes, we have a lot of students who are keenly looking at MS in computer science and engineering, closely followed by MS in mechanical engineering. And then, of course, there's some interest in civil, environmental, and sustainability engineering and the other programs as well. So thank you so much, all of you who cast the votes. With that, without further ado, I now invite Stacy to please begin with her presentation and let us know a lot more about Santa Clara University.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. Let's start here. 1 second, please. Okay. Okay. All right. I want to say thank you so much, Dr. Fang, for taking the time out to set your presentation in your expertise field and responsible AI governance. So thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. My name is Stacy Tinker, and I am the Assistant Dean of Enrollment Management and Student Affairs in the Graduate Engineering Program here at Santa Clara University. When I get started here, you see this beautiful picture of our new STEM building. It's the SCDI, and it's absolutely amazing. Fairly new building here on campus in sunny California of Santa Clara University in Santa Clara. So without further ado, let me, here we go. So the agenda for this morning, and I won't take up too much time. I just want to give you a quick overview of Santa Clara University, our graduate programs and the degree requirements, tuition fees and admission deadlines, and career employment opportunities. So I just want to go over that with you. So the School of Engineering have over 700 plus graduate students, professors from our industry that teaches our graduate classes. Our courses and classes are in the state-of-the-art facility and labs, and they're doing cutting edge research. So our master's students and PhD students are working alongside of faculty and doing some amazing research. Now, again, I showed this picture because one thing that sets apart from, other universities that are in California in the Northern Bay Area is that Santa Clara University is a Jesuit university. It's taught for many, many years, classes here on campus. It's an amazing school. I've been at the university now for 22 years in the graduate engineering program, and I take pride with our faculty and staff that I work alongside of. Now, our program options that we have, as mentioned earlier, we offer Masters of Science degrees, PhD degrees, professional certificates, and then we also have Open University. So as you took the poll earlier, we have 10 master classes. I won't name them all. You all participated in the poll. Thank you very much. And it gives us an idea what you all are looking to want to pursue in your degree. Our master admissions requirements that in order to, apply, it's a $90 online application fee. But I do think here that those who participated, we would love to offer you an application fee waiver code at this time. We ask that all international students that have a degree outside of the US must submit their international transcripts to either WES, ECE, or SpanTran for a complete course-by-course and evaluation. We also require the English proficiency exam. So we do accept the TOEFL, and the score there is a minimum of 80. The Duolingo is 110, and the IELTS is 6.5. Right now, all of our programs, with the exception of computer science and engineering, will need the GRE. So all the other programs, we will waive the GRE. Those that have a degree in computer science and engineering will not be required to submit GRE test scores. So you can ask me those questions later. Starting January of 2025, we will require 2 letters of recommendations, 1 professional reference and 1 academic reference. That's starting winter of 2025, and also the statement of purpose. The MS degree requirement is a 46-unit of courses. Your grade point average is a 3.0 to graduate. Thesis requirement may apply, but you would have to check with your program advisor if that would apply to your degree. We also, I'm proud to say, we have PhD degrees program, the bioengineering, computer science and engineering, electrical and computer engineering, and mechanical engineering. So we have 4 degree programs in our university. For the PhD admissions requirements, there is a $90 online application fee. We require both completion of an official Bachelor's of Science and a Master of Science transcript. So we would need both official transcripts to apply to the PhD program. Also, the same for the English proficiency requirements. The GRE is required, 3 letters of recommendation, statement of purpose, and resume. We do have a wonderful staff admissions team that we currently set up one-on-one info sessions that we do daily, early mornings and later in the afternoon. So I encourage you all to go to our website. That's www.scu.edu/engineering/graduate. And there you will find detail information about the one-on-ones and webinars that we do hold each month. So for the PhD requirements, it's a 72-unit course beyond the master's degree, 36 units in coursework and 36 units in dissertation. Your graduate, the grade point average is a 3.0 to graduate, and also the dissertation as well. What we love, our COF offerings, we offer 100+ graduate level courses each quarter. So remember, we are on the quarter system. We have start terms in September. We have a start term in January, and another final start term, which is in the end of March, the first week of April. We have 40 full-time faculty and 85 part-time faculty that teaches our courses, which is absolutely amazing because they come from the industry. So, I mean, it's great to have that one-on-one or the 1 to 15 faculty student ratio at our university. that's very unique within itself. Our program structure timing is really convenient and conducive to professional workers that are working here in Silicon Valley. We have what we call an early bird morning classes that start at 7:10 to 9. So if you like that morning learning and you want to get up early, we do have classes at that time schedule. And then we start back up in the evenings from 5:10 p.m. to 7, and then 7:10 to 9 p.m. Mondays through Friday, and occasionally on Saturdays, we do offer a couple of classes. And again, we are on a quarter system, 3 academic quarters. We do have part-time, which is a 4-unit minimum, and full-time is 8 units required for students that come here to us globally, internationally. You would have to be enrolled in a minimum of 8 units, which is full-time. So just like I mentioned, our course structure is flexible. Most students take 2 courses per quarter. You can take up 9 quarter units for the MS and 18 units for the PhD. So we do have a flexible program, and it's a part-time enrollment option. But for international students, just keep in mind that you must be enrolled in a minimum of 8 units. Now, currently, again, I wanted to just stress again that we would offer for fall coming up, fall term, a $90 application fee waiver for those on this call. So please reach out, send us an email, let us know that you were on this call, and we will be happy to share a one-time application fee waiver code. Our current tuition at this time, come September of 2024, will be $1,206. And the student association fee, it's the computing center and student organization fee, is $190. Once you decide to apply and you get admitted, there is an enrollment deposit of $300 that will be applied to your tuition. And here are our application deadlines. Coming up for fall of 2024, the application deadline is June 1st, right? And if you're applying for an I-20 visa, the deadline is July 1st. So we really are very, we must follow the deadlines for the I-20 because our International Student Services Department works with you all to make sure that they receive the necessary documents in order to process your I-20. So once the decisions are made, it takes about 2 weeks for a decision before you would receive your decision through email process on your application portal. The Career Center, I'm going quickly here. The Career Center, we work very closely with. Wonderful department. We do one-on-one coffee chats, career fairs, workshops, endlessly. I think one is coming up shortly. So nearly 80% of our students work in the Valley. It's an awesome place to be. And let me just show you on this map right here, where Santa Clara is pretty much situated here amongst all the tech giants here. So just so you know, I mean, we're right in the heart. We're a small Jesuit university, take pride in our mission and vision, and we work closely with our students, and we look forward for you to reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help you in any way we can. So I'm going to close here so we can answer any questions that we may have, and I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Stacy. That was very, very insightful. One quick question that I am sort of receiving from the audience is, and if you could please do the needful, they want to know which email ID can they write to avail of their application fee waiver. So if you could just drop an email ID in the chat
Sure,
window?
sure,
That
sure, I
would be
will.
very helpful. So
Of course,
yes, so
going
Stacy
to,
is about to drop the email ID at which you can send an email to everyone at Santa Clara. I am going to put it quickly in the chat window for everyone. Please feel free to write to Stacy directly on this email ID so you can avail of your application fee waivers and let her know that you were a part of this session. Great. Another quick question, Stacy, is from some of the people in the Q&A window is they want to know a little bit more about scholarships offered by Santa Clara University.
well, I am happy to announce that we will be offering scholarships for the fall of 2024. Right now, it's a one-time merit scholarship based on your academic performance and your undergraduate program. So we will be looking at each application, how well you did, and you'll receive a letter from us offering a scholarship fund, just, that will help you to start your program. So you can also reach out to me directly to set up a one-on-one info session with us. If you have questions that pertain to your program, what you would, any questions you have about the application process, we are on hand, on deck, available to assist in that area.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Stacy. That was very helpful. Also, for every one of you who is participating today, all of you who are present here today, Santa Clara University's also has School of Engineering also has an exclusive scholarship with SEED. I have posted the link in the chat window. Please feel free to go onto the link, have a look at what the scholarship is offering and apply as soon as possible. Great. So I have dropped the link for you in the chat window.
Thank you.
Very quickly, I know we have little time and a lot of questions. So I am going to pick and choose a couple of questions which would be, sort of very relevant to all those who are present here. Dr. Fang, the next question is from you. Someone in the Q&A wants to know, is it good or is it advised to use AI tools in order to do your research work? So contribution of AI to research, do you think that is something which should be allowed, which should be done, shouldn't be done, implications, etc.?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, before I answer that question, I just want to quickly add on that financial support provided by our school. So besides the scholarship, actually there's also opportunities of research assistant and teaching assistant. So for example, my group is actually looking for students to do this cutting edge research project. And we provide stipend and also tuition support for graduate students. And also our department also have this TA, teaching assistant positions, and also graders. Some of our master students can be graders for the professors. So yeah, there's various ways that we can support students financially. Yeah, to go back to your question about how AI can support our research. So AI is a great tool. Actually, I use it a lot to help us to generate like some ideas or draft some document or summarize, for example, some research papers. So nowadays we have this information overload problem, too much content. So actually, for example, ChatGPT can help quickly summarize the main theme or contribution from a research paper. So those are good use of AI in our research. So some journals they require authors to disclose whether you use AI in your research. Some the different policies. Some journals just prohibit it. Some journals more flexible. They allow you as long as you cite it properly. Some journals they require you disclose only use AI in writing. Some journals allow you to use AI in the whole process of research. So in short, the different journals or conferences have different policies.
Thank you. Just a quick follow-up question on that, Dr. Fang. Someone wants to know, how can they apply for these graduate assistantships with Santa Clara University?
Yeah, right. So for research assistant, so I encourage students just directly contact the professors. For example, my department actually recently have quite a few like new professors. Usually, those new professors, they are looking for students. So they can just directly contact them and then see whether there's opportunities or positions there. So for TA positions, so students can just submit an application to the department. There's a standard form process for that.
And I also want to add to that, is that we have what we call, as many students may know on this call, is CPT. And we offer CPT, which is important. I think that was my last slide after the map. And so yes, we offer CPT and also OPT. So students will be eligible to work off campus after completing 16 units. So there is a process for that. We have a lot of students who do work on campus at various departments, cafeteria, libraries, during their first year. So I just want to plug that in as well. So there's opportunities for that. Very important.
Great. Thank you so much. Yes, OPT, CPT is something which everyone is looking for if they're looking to study in the US these days. So
Yes.
great. Stacy, my next two questions actually are for you. One is actually a quick clarification. Someone wants to know when would the winter term be starting? Will it be January 25?
Yeah,
Am I correct?
Yes, it will. Fall starts September. Winter starts in January after the new year. So it's usually the following week. Yes.
Great. Apurva, I hope that answers your question. Another question which a few students have asked is about the English language proficiency test. So what they want to know is if they have studied or if their language of curriculum has been English, and if they're applying from India or Africa, do they still need to take an English proficiency test, or is that not required?
Yes, they would need to take the test. If
Okay.
the degree was inside the United States, we would waive that exam.
Great. So for anyone who's applying to Santa Clara University outside of the USA, you would have to take one of the English language proficiency tests, as Stacy had showed during her presentation. Great. My
Correct.
next question, Dr. Fang, will be for you. And this I know is a question on everyone's mind, and I've also struggled with it. And you could maybe shed some light. Is what students want to know is what careers could be impacted by AI in the future, and how can one stay relevant in today's time to ensure that, you know, working with AI as a friend, as opposed to being scared of AI and being like, okay, AI is going to take over my job.
Yeah, that's also excellent question. So I was also wondering if AI will replace my job as a professor. Yeah, so some recent studies show that AI is going to replace 90% of the current jobs. So there's a lot of jobs will be gone, like all the other like technology revolutions. But there are also a lot of new jobs will be emerging. So I would suggest students to first of all get familiar with the AI technologies, right? To see what is capable, right? What is limitations, right? For example, just use ChatGPT and on regular basis, right? See what's the really good at, right? But you also see a lot of issues with ChatGPT. So understand its limitation, and then to learn the skills that can can make you unique, right? Make you valuable in the job market. For example, let's say the computer programmers, I think even some of the low level, like basic programming jobs will be replaced by AI, because AI can like produce very high quality code nowadays for some basic algorithms. So in that case, so we need to think about how we're gonna work with AI as a computer programmer in the future. So we need to learn this so-called pair programming. So I've been talking with my colleagues about this concept. Right? In the future, we are not just do the coding ourselves. We will have to work with computers, work with AI, to leverage AI to increase our productivity. So that's something we have to learn. That's also something that our department has been constantly adapt to create a new curriculum. So this result AI is another important area. So when AI has been penetrated society, so this ethics issue is becoming more and more important. How can we revamp our curriculum by adding this ethics component, right? By working with the other department, ethics, sociology, communication, right? To have a stronger curriculum to support the future generation of students. And lastly, I think AI can do a lot of work, but it cannot be creative because it's trained on historical data. Right? So that's the unique strength of our human being. So we can be creative, to think out of the box. Right? So this creativity is becoming even more important in the age of AI.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Fang. That was a very insightful answer, I must say. And it does solve a lot of questions which are going around in people's mind. Also helps us get an overall understanding of how AI and we as humans can work together in symphony to ensure and look forward to a better future. I know we have kind of exceeded the time limit for the talk today, but Stacey, one last question before I let you go. I know we spoke and touched a little bit about OPT, CPT. Can you tell us a little bit in detail about the career services offered by Santa Clara University for international students, specifically for those who are looking for recruitment or job opportunities once they are done with their graduation?
Yes, our grad engineering students work closely with our career center on campus. So they have a specific person that works with students, give the information about, internships. We're having an upcoming career fair where companies will be coming to our campus and interviewing students right then and there. CPT is really, really, really important, right? So you have to have at least a 3.0 minimum, and you have to complete 16 units to be eligible to participate with CPT. So that's working off campus while you're studying. So I just want to stress that I know firsthand that there's many students that come here and they're able to work on campus. So there's opportunities on campus for students to take part in and work part-time while they're learning and the programs. So our career center constantly have these open sessions. They give talks. They help students with their resumes. They help students with how to interview. So it's very important that we have these resources for international students to get the information they need to land that job. And that's what's important right now.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Stacey. I know there are a few questions, but guys, I have to let them go now. There are more than 100 people in the room currently. Thank you all. You've been a wonderful audience. I hope we've managed to solve or answer most of your questions. To everyone else, I would redirect you once again to the chat window where I have posted some relevant university links. We've also helped you with the email IDs, which you can use to get in touch for your application fee waivers, and of course, the scholarship links. Before I sign off, I would like to thank Dr. Fang and Stacy. Thank you so much for joining us on this. I'm sure it will be a wonderful day in California, and taking out time from your busy Monday schedule, which is about to kick in, and waking up so early and doing this masterclass for us. We really appreciate it. And it was really insightful for me, and I can safely say it was the same for everyone who participated today. So thank you so much. We look forward to connecting
Thank you
with you.
for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.